Hey, I am Tyler Kanczuzewski. I'm born and raised in South Bend, Indiana, and I work at Inovateus Solar as the Vice President of Sustainability, and I also work at Logistic Inc. as the Sustainability Manager. And for both companies, I manage sustainability practices, figuring out our best practices to reduce our impact on the environment, as well as sustainability reporting, and some of the things are tied to our culture too, and trying to shift our culture in a positive manner. And I also live in a tiny house. I was encouraged to hear about tiny homes from Mike Keene and his group, Hometown Development, probably in maybe 2017, 2018 timeframe, and that they wanted to do a tiny home village in South Bend area. And at that time, Mike Keene frequently came into Inovateus Solar to our Friday think tanks, which we would talk about sustainable solutions. Yeah, Mike and I started talking about the tiny home village, and I said, hey Mike, keep me in the loop on that. I'm really interested. I've always dreamed about doing a tiny house. And then they ended up picking some areas in South Bend and asked me if I would be interested in one of the lots. And I pretty much just jumped on board and became a part of the process to figure out how to divide up some lots, make them tiny homes, and even got involved with the design phase of it. So there are a lot of different tiny homes concepts. A lot of them are about energy efficiency, and I think some people do a tiny house to embrace minimalism as well, to really have less junk, less clothes, less stuff. For me, it was a mixture of the two. I really wanted to have less stuff and simplify my life and be more of a minimalist, but also being in the world of sustainability and really wanted to make our town and our planet a better place. Putting solar on our tiny homes was a big goal right from the start, as well as energy efficient appliances and sustainable materials to do the build. The footprint of the tiny house is 600 square feet, and it is a loft style, so you have your level 1, and then level 2 is obviously it's a loft, and there's a balcony and stairs up. So the space is pretty efficient in terms of like circulation, and heating and cooling is a big thing. So we have heat pumps, or some people call them a mini split, and it is just one unit, and it heats and cools the entire tiny house. And then a lot of times I'll leave my fan on low, so it kind of circulates the air. It's a concrete floor, which is fairly sustainable. It's 10-inch thick walls from inside to out. So these tiny homes are kind of like a thermal box, so they're really efficient in keeping in the warm or cool air. I mentioned earlier we got solar on it, so there's 3 kilowatts, roughly 3 kilowatts of solar, and it produces, on a sunny day, most of our energy needs. I'm trying to do everything I can to be net zero. So far, I'm pretty close. Last year, I was net zero about 8 of the 12 months. So I ended up having a small energy bill, for the entire year, but did pretty good. And I'm gonna nerd out even a little bit more in 23 to see if I can reduce my energy bill even more. And also have a green roof on a carport outside. It's where I park. So it's called a Live Roof. It's a company out of Michigan, and it's mostly succulents. And there is some pollinator value to some of the plants, so I always notice some bees and butterflies hanging out. And actually, when the company delivered the trays, the vegetative trays that went in the green roof, there was a praying mantis on one of the trays. So I knew right from the get-go that I was doing the right thing. So Mike Keene and Dwayne Burkholder are partners at Hometown Development, and they're interested in doing more tiny homes in the Michiana area. And you can reach out to them through their website, New Energy Homes or Burkholder Builders. And I think they have many great options. And there's also other solutions out there for tiny home inspirations. This book right here, Tiny Homes, Simple Shelter by Lloyd Kahn, gave me a lot of inspiration a while back when I was starting to look into tiny homes. So there's a bunch of ideas out there, but it's always nice to work with a company that's already coming up with designs and energy efficient designs too. So I think New Energy Homes is a great solution.